What's happening, everybody? Ben with Real Recovery Talk here, bringing you another 5-minute or less video. So, one of the things that used to happen to me pretty darn often is I would get myself caught up in situations where I only made them worse with my awesome personality at the time. Whether in addiction, early recovery, whatever the case, once in a while I still slip into it here and there. Nobody's perfect. But one of the best key suggestions I ever got was, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? Does it need to be said by me right now? So if I'm experiencing a situation where there could be some possible conflict, or I don't agree with somebody else's behavior, something they said, something they did, one of the best things that I've learned to do for myself is just to take a step back and give things some time. I ask myself that simple phrase, does it need to be said? In this case, you know what? I don't need to say it. Maybe in a few days this thing will blow over. Does it need to be said by me? Maybe this needs addressed. Maybe this individual, their behavior needs to be addressed. Does it have to be me that has to do it? You know, that's a good thing. Or is it my ego telling me, yeah, man, I better go tell them how it is? And that kind of attitude tends to get me in trouble. And when I feel in trouble, I feel anxiety. When I'm in some sort of conflict too long, I get insecure, I get angry, whatever the case may be, and a guy like me can only stay in that condition for so long. Resentment before I start thinking about, what could make me comfortable right now? Good drink? Some drugs? I don't know. Quick relapse? That ease and comfort that comes at once? And the last part of that, does it need to be said by me right now? So I've decided in this case that something needs to be addressed. It should be me that addresses it, but does it need to be right now? Is right now the opportune time, or do I need to let things kind of cool down, blow over a little bit, let the emotions kind of settle on the end of both parties? Because a lot of times I find out, it's not how you say things or what you say to people, it's how you say them, the way that you present it. If I'm able to take some time, cool myself, get my thoughts together, and go at a situation with the I'm helpful attitude, or I want to be helpful attitude, versus I'm going in there to correct you and tell you how you should be doing things. In my world, when I start telling people what to do and giving them my opinion, it generally doesn't come off very well. So, and most of the time it has to do with the way that I present it, because I haven't taken my time to think things through. And with sobriety, one of the key points for me is to do my best in life to minimize the amount of negatives that I feel. Now, it's impossible to go through sobriety without ever getting angry, without ever feeling depressed or the like. But I do have an opportunity to try and minimize that, where I'm not creating situations, I'm not making them worse. Because the further away I am from those negatives, the more serene I'm going to feel, the more peace I'm going to feel. So do yourself a favor, just like I've learned to do with myself. If I don't know what to say, I typically don't say anything. I take a step back, I relax, and I'll tell you this, 99% of the time, if I let a day or two go by, the thing that I thought was such a big issue ends up being no big deal, and I would have made a mountain out of a molehill and probably suffered some consequences, whether internally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Doesn't matter. I pay consequences. I do that to myself. So by taking some time, taking a step back, getting some perspective, I tend to keep myself out of those scrapes. And that's really important for sobriety in my experience. With that being said, if nobody told you they love you today, I do. Real Recovery Talk is out.